Hello there, welcome back. Stories to Live By with Miss Wagner, inspired by my students. This story that I have for you today is it's really meant for animal lovers. And I know that recently I told a story about the Titanic where there was a dog who had a major influence on a family's life. This story is a little bit different. And I heard this story at the Kadampa Buddhist Center in Los Angeles. Oh, some of the most beautiful people I have ever met in my life at the Kadampa Center. I mean, they were compassionate and kind and loving, and I like to be around those people. That's why I went down there so much. Well, anyway, this is a story that I heard from one of the monks, one of the Buddhist monks, and it was about his brother. And his brother's dog was getting on in years where he was actually at the end of his life. And nobody, no animal lover wants to see their dog go. You just don't. And you'll do anything and everything. Money doesn't matter. You know, you'll take money out of your retirement account to pay for your animal. And you want to make sure that the animal is not in any pain, and you'll do everything you can to keep the animal alive. Well, sometimes, and I've heard vets talk about this, where you can be spending a lot of money, and the vet knows that even though you're spending a lot of money, and even though you don't want to see the animal die, that the animal is pretty much at the end of their life. Well, the Buddhist monk, his brother's dog was at the end of his years here on Earth, and he was doing all he could to keep the animal alive. Took him to the vet, gave him painkillers, did whatever surgeries were necessary. But what was happening was money didn't matter, but he could not take off any more time off from work to be with his animal, to be with his dog. So he was really in a predicament. What do I do? I can't take any more time off from work. I need work to pay for my animal's, treatments. The animal was at the end of his life. What do I do? So the Buddhist monk said, why don't we just pray that the animal has a peaceful passing? And so what they did was the two of them prayed. That had to be a tough prayer. It's got to be a tough prayer. But they prayed that the animal would have a peaceful passing, which is what we all want. Well, the next day, the dog got up, went over to his master's feet, lied down, and passed away peacefully. That's a very sad story. It's a difficult story. But the reason why I tell it is because I know, as somebody who's had animals myself, is when the animal gets to the end of their life, I know that a lot of veterinarians will say, well, you have to put the animal down. And the reason why I tell that story is because a lot of times we don't want to do that. So there's an alternative. There's an alternative to doing that. You can pray. If you pray with a friend, it's even better. And just pray that your animal has a peaceful passing. And that's the story for today. I hope it helps animal lovers out there, because I know that that's a difficult thing to go through. And I'll see you again next time with another story to live by. Take care.